Welcome to the show. This is The Jab.
Welcome back to The Jab. Let's start by taking a look at today's headlines.
Weather Goblin's advice this weekend is going to be ruined by wet rain, similar to being slapped across the face with a cold wet fish.
Business owner angered by undercover reporter uncovering his scam call center.
What I do in my own company, in my own time, it's my business. No one else. It has to be against the law.
Yes, you are right, sir. It is.
Crazy new virus epidemic sweeping the nation. People have been diagnosed with a literal infestation. One stunned family member squawks.
It's crazy. They keep saying things like I was literally running for the bus.
It's spreading so fast, literally, as I literally type, oh my god, now I'm literally, help, where did the metaphors go?
Man sentenced to community service for wearing odd socks 7 days in a row. Defendant responds in shock by saying,
But they were all black socks.
Judge Sticky said, odd socks are an abomination, no matter what color they are. Have some pride.
What is now being dubbed the worst health crisis in a generation, the UK government has announced that Mr. Henry Hoover will be tasked with cleaning up this mess. As head of the COVID Crisis Management Task Force, he had this to say.
Oh no, no Uno. Coronavirus rocks the world. Uno Championship cancelled by the coronavirus. Uno has been turned to 0. Fans chant in disgust. Uno, I know, Corona's gotta go. Uno, I know, Corona's gotta go. Uno, I know, Corona's gotta go. Welcome to The Jab, the cotton birds stabbing news and views and information right in your ear canal. With Mark and Rob.
And welcome back to another episode of The Jab. What a crazy month it's been so far. How you been going, Rob?
Yeah, I've been managing to keep myself my head above water, yeah. Things are pretty crazy. How are they crazy for you down under?
Oh, they sure are, mate. So we've still got all the plagues of people panic buying toilet roll and, for some reason, pasta and rice, I get it. But then they've also stockpiling flour. So unless everyone's going to become like, a master baker over their quarantine period, I don't really understand that one.
Yeah, maybe they're thinking about going for the some sort of weightlifting thing. So they need the flour for the sweat.
Maybe that's true. Although I did just think it could be a bit of a grimmer interpretation, maybe just to how you put sawdust on vomit. Maybe it's because of that.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they need some sort of soakage.
Yeah. Oh, gross.
Oh,
stay safe. Wipe down all your surfaces.
Yeah. It's just remember, wash your hands to the. Apparently, it's the to the tune of Happy Birthday, and then you've washed your hands enough. Obviously, people don't seem to act. Yeah, apparently that's what Boris tells us to do. Boris Johnson said, wash your hands and do it to the sing Happy Birthday, and then that's how long you want to wash your hands for. I mean, obviously, washing your hands is something we should all think about doing. Just from now on, though, because obviously before we never did that. So.
Well, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's how this whole thing started, supposedly. I'm guessing most people are thinking. Well, we've got people skywriting down here in Sydney. There was an airplane that just did some skywriting saying, wash your hands. I know. I don't really know. I mean, I like the support and, the idea, but I think sending a plane up and spending all that money was probably a waste of resources, a simple email would have helped, would have been just as effective.
Yeah, I think they could probably just have put it on the TV and everyone would have seen that rather than, like you say, polluting the sky or I mean, if you got a plane, then I suppose you could it wouldn't be too much of an issue. That's a bit. But well, I mean, how long did it stay in the sky for? That's the thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, unless you're going up every 20 minutes, your message is all for naught.
Yeah, exactly. You could be looking at your phone and then you look up and you go, oh, there's some writing that I can't read anymore.
Yeah, well, clearly they didn't think it through. But I tell you what, another exciting bit of news down here is that we are currently the caretakers, carers rather, less aggressive, of Tom Hanks. He unfortunately has got the coronavirus and he's stuck in Queensland. So good times.
We've got to pray for Tommy. Pray for Tommy.
Yeah.
Because
Pray for Tommy. He's got a friend in us.
Yeah, he has indeed. He has, and he can actually probably shout, "There's a snake in my boots," because there's bloody loads of snakes there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, that's true. But yeah, so I mean, it's relatively. In terms of we're not Italy, are we? Let's put it that way. It's pretty calm here at the moment, but we have had a couple of sporting events and such cancelled, much like the Uno that we discussed.
Oh yeah, well that's been a big issue worldwide. The Uno Championship being cancelled. Many angry people. I mean, that chant was pretty concise and got their point across, I think. But yeah, was it the Formula One got cancelled?
Yeah, Formula One got cancelled as the fans were waiting to go in. It's like, I mean, I know these things are changing by the minute, but it's pretty harsh to get those people in the queue and then pretty much lock the door in their face. So, yeah, I don't know what the weekend's going to be like with a bunch of angry bogans on the streets without a Grand Prix to go to.
Yeah, I suppose they'll have to move that deck chair from there to the beach and drink their beer. Oh, no, they can't drink their beer on the beach, can they?
Well, they can't, but they probably will. We both frequented St Kilda many a time, and, as long as you're smart about it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, well, we're bloody blokes, aren't we? We're bloody bastard blokes. We do what we want.
Lads.
Yeah, lads. LADS or Z. You could have a Z. LAD lads.
Yeah, that's probably the American one, I guess, isn't it? They love replacing the S for the Z.
Oh, they don't have any T's or D's though, do they? It's be Laz.
Well, they also don't have any sense either, because Trump's still in power. Have you heard much about what he's been saying? Because I mean, everyone else has been reacting pretty swiftly. Even our Prime Minister, old ScoMo, Scott Morrison. Although the funny thing about, I know, well, that's what everyone calls him. The funny thing about him, though, is that he has decided to ban any public gatherings of 500 people or more, but is doing that just after his game that he wants to go to. So, these other events are cancelled, but he's kept this one thing going so he can go and visit it. So, I mean, the response to that's pretty, as you can imagine, people are pretty pissed that he's treating it like his own little, private sporting event.
Oh, hey, howdy ho there, guys. You're listening to 105.9267 The Jab. It's a beautiful 85 degrees outside, and we've got lots coming up for you today. We'll be answering your questions like, if you could smell it, what would the internet smell like? And how to get bloodstains out of the trunk of your car. Okay, stay tuned. All right.
There was I think it was some sort of reverend in America. He'd be tested positive for the virus and shook over 500 people's hands.
Oh God!
So and it's just crazy. Then Trump has been in the same place. Some of the other governors or whatever who've flown back to their states, they have the virus and they're in the same room as Trump. And Trump said something. I'm sure someone said Trump said that he didn't need to get tested.
Yeah, he's basically straight up refusing. He's basically refused to get tested. It's insane. How the hell, especially with the Reverend thing or whatever, it's like, I mean, whether you're religious or not, what's his stance? And it's like, oh, don't worry, God will fix it. You still have a responsibility, obviously. But so basically, Trump's been saying, like you say, he's said it's a hoax. So he held a long-standing campaign rally a couple of weeks ago where he accused his opposition, the Democrats, of politicizing the coronavirus. And he basically quoted saying and this is their hoax, is basically blaming it on a political party, saying that it's all a hoax, which is pretty ridiculous. But, we've come to expect these things from him.
I mean, it could just use thoughts and prayers. I'm sure that'll get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Classic. That's like a Band-Aid, mate. Covers everything, that one.
Yeah, it really does. It solves all issues and ailments. So
all problems.
What else do they need? Who needs science? I mean, we've already talked about how science is completely useless. So
Yeah, of course. What in his mind? Yeah, I know. And did you hear about the fact that he got like I think a patient who got sick or maybe even died from it? I'm not sure. But yeah, he got them confused. Like he said that it was like a wonderful woman. So like he basically said. So later that week, officials in Washington State revealed the first U.S. death attributed to the virus. The person was misidentified by Trump, of course. He quoted a wonderful woman in her 50s who had underlying health problems, but the patient was a man, so he clearly didn't do his research.
Then he be gender neutral or something.
Yeah, I know. Well, bless him for trying to be current. I mean, that's a good spin. You should be his campaign manager. That's a great spin. You can put on
damn it! What? He's missing out, man. I could turn that so and so around.
Definitely. And then, yeah, he just continued to downplay it and even bragged about his administration's response, like as if it was a good one. And he just put, our country is prepared for any circumstance. We hope it's not going to be a major circumstance. It'll be a smaller circumstance. But whatever the circumstance, we're prepared. So great political language there where it just goes round in circles.
I'm surprised oh, my word. Well, I'm surprised he didn't say circumcised instead.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's an edit somewhere. But the best one so far, I mean, these are a couple of days old now, so everything's changing so quickly, but probably the best one so far. So the WHO, World Health Organization, said that globally about 3.4% of reported cases, like the patients have died. But Trump, of course, being Trump, had a press meeting, and he said, I think the 3.4% is a really false number. And this is just my hunch, but based on a lot of conversations and a lot of people that do this because a lot of people will have this and it's very mild. Yeah, I mean, I sound like I've misread this, but no, this is the quote. It doesn't make any sense. So basically, he's downplaying it, and he's like, these people he supposedly has spoken to, he says, they don't even see a doctor. They don't even call a doctor. You never hear about those people. I don't really know what he's trying to say. It's almost like he's trying to say it could be higher in a weird way, because it sounds like he's saying there's a lot of undocumented cases. But, that's just his hunch. And I think that's all we really care about.
Oh, my word.
I know. I love his just use of language. There's got to be like a whole study dedicated, surely, to his speeches, because, yeah, he always adds in words like that. What was it with his? Oh, that was it. The steaks. I think it was like when he did Trump steaks. I don't know what company was branding those, but he's like, they're the best steaks, the most beautiful steaks, the best steaks in the world. All that kind of nonsense. I don't really. Yeah, he's basically delusional. He must have Alzheimer's, I'm thinking. He's like 70 odd.
Yeah, I know, and he's at risk. He's a high risk. He's an elderly person, and
he is.
Maybe the fake tan will finally be the barrier that he needs to deflect this virus.
Oh, potentially. That's a good one. Maybe. Well, we're going to start seeing a lot of marketing companies using that now, aren't we? It's been quoted on the jab. It's science. We made it up. There you go.
New deflection technique. Fake tan. Be as orange as you can. There you go. See? It's free.
You're welcome, world. You're welcome.
Welcome to What the Hell is Going On? The hard-hitting series where we find the truth. As part of our ongoing series into What the Hell is Going On, we follow a young man looking to find a job in this very competitive market. We sat in a recent interview and saw firsthand the problems these young people face today. Will the questions be rhetorical or not? Can they battle through the minefield of the upward inflection at the end of each question? Well, here's a clip from that interview.
Hi, thanks for coming in today for the interview. As this is an interview, I'll be asking you some questions. I could ask you, what is your name? Could you answer, please? That's how this interview thing works.
Oh, right. It's just that you said that you could ask me my name. I didn't know that. Yeah. Anyway, it's Rick Oracle.
Sorry, what is it?
My name. It's Rick Oracle.
Right. So, the job here is to determine many things that have so far yet to be determined. Again, I could ask you, if you're successful, do you think do you think it would be in a role you could do?
Right. Well, building upon my many years of...
Sorry, that was a rhetorical.
Sorry, what was? Who are you talking to?
You. I said rhetorical, not. Maybe I should ask the questions. I'll carry on. And do you think it's a job that suits your skill set?
Oh, well, drawing from my varied experience, I have a large set of transferable skills.
Sorry, that was a rhetorical. Can you give me some examples when you achieved a goal in your life that gave you the satisfaction you crave as a human being? And I helped identify flaws in your nature that you could possibly work on in the future and from your past making you a better person? Can you answer the question, please?
I thought that was rhetorical too.
Okay, that's interesting. Please continue.
When I was working for the head of programming for Channel 4, I put together a team for which I achieved all of the goals, many goals before each deadline. You see, there I worked on my many flaws, leading to gain and low risk, but high stakes, very very high stakes, as share equity outcomes. Oh, and the soup kitchen, like.
With all your experiences in your last role, many things arise that need answering, such as, do you think you can handle the pressure? Or do you think you can sit with difficult decisions? What about looking in someone in the eye and giving you their undivided attention? Can you answer the question, please? That's a pretty important one.
I thought. I thought.
Well, I guess that's all we need. Do I need to ask you where the door is? That was rhetorical. Thanks for your time.
Well, sadly, Rick Oracle stood on a minefield of rhetorical madness. Join us next week when we will continue this fight for the uncurable disease.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy times. It doesn't help with that buffoon in charge. He just contradicts everything he says, and I think obviously in America is pretty. There's lots of people who don't have insurance, and it's if you're wealthy, you're fine.
True.
If you've got your job, if you're saying people need to work from home, but not everyone can work from home, and then you might not have any job, which means you have no insurance. It's just crazy. That I just don't see. People are just going to be done for, really. I mean, it's the same here in England. They're saying obviously if it's self-isolate, which is the new word, it's the new Brexit, basically.
It really is at the moment. Yeah, that's so true. That's the buzzword at the moment. Yeah, no,
it is.
definitely.
It is. So obviously, if someone like me is a driving instructor, if I get it, then I can't work for at least 7 days. So that's obviously for me. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So
Yeah.
I've got first world problems to sort out.
Well, they have been talking about giving out a stimulation package. Oh, sexy.
Oh, that sounds
I know,
good.
It does, doesn't it? But that's what they're calling it over here, at least, in regards to, all these sort of economic effects of it, is the idea that if you give some tax cut, because I think the UK have done the same thing, right? They've done some tax cuts. Not that really matters too much to us. But yeah, because it was a couple of years ago, I think when the 2008 crisis was happening over here in Australia, what they did was they just gave everyone, I think it was something like maybe like $800 or $1,000 or something. They called it like the the flat screen TV handout, because basically everyone just went and bought a new TV, and that apparently through the mystic and magic of the goblins that live in the inner workings of economics, said that that's what you need to do, is people need to spend, right? So they just gave everyone some money. So maybe, I don't know, I mean, hopefully, if it did get that bad, maybe old Boris will give you a check. I don't know.
Maybe. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, because so I was supposed to do the Manchester Marathon, which was something I was going to do. I was going to get going to do a live recording of me during the marathon, slowly but surely dying, which was going to be next month. But the London Marathon got postponed because of this, which is fair enough.
Right.
I mean, I suppose it's getting to that point, and then so I knew if a London one was going to get postponed, then I knew that Manchester was done. So literally 2 hours later, we get an email. Yeah, it's been postponed. So although I've been training, probably not as much as I should have done because I got ill, so I didn't train for a month. But now we've got to wait and see. We don't know when it's going to be. We've got a hotel booked, an Airbnb.
Right.
So we don't know if we're going to be able to transfer that to the new date. So it's all a bit crazy, man. I don't know what's happening. So
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. Like with, like you say, with the postponing it, just sort of has this knock-on effects. Because the Melbourne Comedy Festival's been cancelled as well. We had shows booked to that. So now, obviously, some people are saying we'll update you, we'll reschedule, or maybe you just get a refund. But yeah, it's all a bit up in the air. But yeah, that must sort of feel a bit crap. You know, you've been doing all that training, mate.
yes, it is. Yeah. So I was meant to, actually, we went to do, went to do a 15-mile run on Sunday, and because we really need to get these long runs in, and so I decided it'd be fun to. There's a place called Seacombe, which is on the Mersey, and we're going to run all the way along the Mersey and then onto the seafront, and run all the way down. So we got to this place called Aliso Castle. So it's just this Aliso Lighthouse, sorry. And
very historical.
We could see the darkness coming in from afar, from Wales, of course. Where else would it come from? Wales is just across the way. So the darkness rolled in.
I reckon.
It was, it was those the witchcraft of Wales. They were sending the bad weather and vibes my way, and it was starting to surround us all around. This grey, the dark, the black. The light had disappeared, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the wind just howled. It was insane. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was running forwards, but ended up going backwards. It was so strong.
Oh wow.
It came out of nowhere. It's like I was on the high seas or something.
A frenzy, yeah, like some salty sea captain at the front of his ship with the sea spray, battling Mother Nature.
It was like Lieutenant Dan. That's what it's like, Lieutenant Dan. And it's going to fish that way.
Magic legs. Yeah.
So, and it was like... It was like proper. I just couldn't hear anything. I had my earphones in, which I lost actually. I don't know where they've gone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. Another disaster. So, after the wind still howling. So it was like bloody hell. I had to hold my head sideways to be able to actually breathe properly. And then, just when you couldn't think of getting worse, the hail started coming down.
Oh.
And so not only was it was really stinging, man. It was really hurting my arms and my face. And I had a bag on me, luckily, which just had my sort of gels and drinking and stuff. So I had to hold it in my face, and poor Caitlin I was like, Caitlin, get behind me! I felt like David Hasselhoff running down the
beach.
I was, and I was so like, some people down in the darkness. It literally was dark, but and I was just holding. I was like, can't see. And then, so we kept trying to run, but it got so cold, man. The temperature just plummeted. It was okay.
Oh, that lovely North Sea wind.
Oh, mate. Oh, it was the damn Irish Sea. So it was coming from Wales, and then it was the Irish Sea. So I blame them. Ireland and Wales ganging up on me.
Probably the Isle of Man too. They're they're in on it.
Yeah, they are. They're right in there, being neutral, just being neutral in the middle there. Anyway. So I had it from all fronts, and we ran as far as we could. But we got soaking wet. It was freezing cold. My legs don't work. It's kind of like just literally my legs basically started to seize up. We tried to come off the coast and go to this little grassy, but it was so uneven. I was just like, really.
So you tried to make for safety upon the grassy knoll.
Exactly, it was, and then. We got to a little hut and we took some shelter, and Caitlin's knee was hurting and we were just miserable. We were like drowned rats, man. So we went to the pub.
Safety, always safety in the pub. I mean, the real message is don't bother. Especially in England, don't bother.
G'day, it's your old mate Bruce here. Want to get yourself moving quicker than a roo whose bollocks are on fire? Well, it's easier than a ScoMo handshake with all new Dingo. True Aussie energy. When you're sweating like a snag on a Bunnings Barbie, get yourself a Dingo. Our new patented direct upward energy flow hydration formula will keep you going. It's so powerful, it scares your muscles into working harder. It's like having the energy of a Queensland cyclone in a can. You'll be able to run so bloody fast, people will think you're an emu. So forget Eye the Tiger, that's for pussycats. Get the Eye the Dingo. Remember, if it ain't Dingo, say Ding No. Now in all new Bloody Beauty Blueberry and Ripper Raspberry. Available everywhere today.
listening to The Jab. It is like a bottle of Chanel number 5, perfectly decanted in the sun. Enjoy.
So I did a little bit of reading about this, given the fact that you were telling me about your marathon and such, and I've come across a few stories of some marathon madness. I don't know, what do we call it? Marathon mishaps in China. So take from that what you will. This was actually March of last year, so kind of apt that we're in March now. I'll try to pronounce some of these names. So I think it's like Shu Zhao Marathon ran into infamy, as this one headline put it. So it was 27 Ks before the finish line. First, a runner was caught on a shared bike, refusing referees' warnings to dismount. So this guy's just like straight up brought a bicycle to the game. And then it was also revealed that onlookers had looted the supply tent, making off with cases of bananas and water. I mean, do you have bananas? Are you as lucky to have bananas at your races?
Yeah, they normally have them at the end when I've done half marathons, but I think on the full marathons they do have them on the course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why bananas? Are they just meant for stamina?
Mate, they're great, mate. On it, energy, they're the best. Like because you get the energy gels, which they've got the glucose, so you could just sort of, they're quite handy to have. But the bananas, mate, you have a banana before you start, and you can have one on the way around. It's a great energy boost. That's why tennis players use them a lot, because they can eat them bit by bit, and it gives them mate, it's the best way to get some energy. They work a treat.
All right. Well, I should probably just say this sponsorship was brought to you by Big Banana. But carrying on, banana. Carry on. So basically these people started looting all the tents and the water and everything. And of course their argument was just everyone else is doing it. The funny thing is, so this company that organized it was called Wisdom Sports. Now, if you Google that, you will find there's like a sports shop in England called Wisdom Sports. It's not them, so don't start sending hate mail to them. So they have a pretty bad track record with these events. So there was one in 2015 at the Hangzhou Marathon where they distributed participation medals before the event, supposedly to prevent participants from fighting. So marathons in China, especially among like the growing class, apparently are like a big deal. Like you think the London Marathon, obviously being China, there's like over 1 billion people. Not that they all turn up, but the numbers are going to be bigger. The numbers are going to be bigger at these things. So I guess maybe that's why like people just want something for taking part.
This is just asking for trouble, given it before they've done it.
Yeah, I know. But the funny thing about it is, now I don't know if this is one of those. Well, I'll just say what happened. So basically, it's not crazy terrible, but so they hand out these participation medals, but then they came with a spelling mistake that said Finisher rather than saying finisher. Not a crazy mistake, but still, these are global events, or at least countrywide events. Come on, guys, get it together. But there was also another incident with a 2007 marathon where they failed to fire the starting gun. And so then a lot of runners had a false start, and then more drama happened, leading to like more runners in fights and chaos. So look, don't run a marathon in China is the takeaway, I think, from this.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So they failed to fire the gun, and then so people ran off, and then
so people just started running. Yeah. So basically, it's like it's probably very much like what's happening now in your local supermarket. Your Aldi fighting over toilet roll. It's just chaos, pandemonium.
Yeah, man. Man, why are you firing a gun? You just need an air horn. Klaxon.
I know, right? I know. Well, old school, I guess. Traditional.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a surprise someone didn't get accidentally shot. I'm sure in America that's probably happened, right? Where they've used a real gun and someone got shot. But
100%. I mean, I don't have the time to search that right now, but I'm sure if you search it, I'm sure you'll find something. There was also another case in Shenzhen in 2018 where 250 marathon runners this whole bunch of 250 people all cheated basically at the same time. So they just cut through the bushes and were caught on traffic cameras, shaving off 3 kilometers off the total distance of the race. So yeah, I mean, you know, I get that. What's the takeaway from this, other than don't race in China, is that it's good that people want to take part, but you still have to sort of respect the idea of competition, I guess.
I don't know why I am planning to be honest. I'm not sure what my motivation is. I mean, obviously I'm trying to raise money for a bit of charity, but yeah, it's I don't think I'm going to quite grasp the magnitude of it until I've actually done it. So although obviously this does give me more time to train, so whereas I've missed out, so hopefully I'll actually be a little bit more prepared and fitter. That will probably be a good thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, is that, yeah, regardless of the competition, getting yourself into shape, mate. It's nice, you know? It's nice to feel nice.
Yeah, well, the doctor told me my cholesterol's a little bit high, so I've had to...
What does he know, eh?
I know these doctors, I tell you what, science can do one, because there's nothing wrong with this temple, that's for sure.
Coming up tonight on Why Did It Happen? How can one seemingly normal person change so drastically? When did the change occur? Was it a traumatic experience as a child? Or as an adult? Our job here is to find out the moment it all changed. Join us and solve the mystery of how Robert becomes a Bob. Who would want to end up a Bob? We ask the difficult questions. How William became Billy and stayed this way even though he's a fully grown adult human. We even found an adult named Bobby. What path led Richard to become a dick? Tune in tonight on BBC Three. Move to the internet, because it's so hip and not good enough for TV.
I see now that with all that's going on, they're cancelling the football, cancelling all sports and events. They're, you know, one thing that they're only going to be able to play and watch Uno in a amateur setting. They can't.
I know.
You know, I just can't get over that, mate. To be honest, you know it's just. I should probably stop talking about it, but.
No. I mean, look, it's affecting us all. I mean, some people have been trying. I mean, look, bless them, rightly so. They've been trying to clean down their cards, but they've been putting them in hot soapy water, which obviously just destroys the cards. So,
yeah,
I mean, please. Exactly. Much like Apple's report on you can't use anything to clean your iPhone other than our special stuff, they now said you can use regular wipes. I would like to probably just put out there, maybe just give it a go with a bit of a dead old disinfectant on the old Uno card. And, you know, I think she'll come up clean, you know, she'll be all right.
Yeah, that's good advice. Good advice. Make sure, you know, you don't have to, don't be fooled by having to use one specific type. Just don't soak them.
Don't soak them.
They need to breathe, man. They need to breathe. They need to. They can't go back in that box until they've been, you know, they've been properly treated. So they can see that. A bit of vinegar on the cards, and
that'd be all right. That's a good antibacterial, or even maybe 20 seconds in the microwave. You know, it's like radiation or something. That'd probably kill it.
Yeah, well, that'd kill it, and you know, a bit of maybe a bit. You know, if it loses that shine, you could use maybe a bit of nail polish remover sort of stuff, that kind of thing. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can maybe reinvigorate it so that when you hold it in the light, they can glisten while you're playing those championship games.
Good idea. Well, I mean, I'm just waiting for that entrepreneur on Kickstarter or whatever to come out with a full titanium set, you know, like a metal set of Uno. I mean, it will definitely bring a new edge, a very sharp one, to the game.
Well, hey, there you go. That's the tagline right there. I mean, you'd have to make sure you don't play it with anyone too volatile, because that could really, you know, you'd have to have some sort of, you know, you'd have to have some sort of security to make sure that there's no throwing of cards at them when they lose and stuff like that. So
that's true. Yeah. That's true. I mean, well, look, I mean, we're dreaming of, but I'm sure in some places in Russia there's already some sort of extreme sport version of that Uno. You know, I mean, trust the Russians. I mean, look, they came up with the Russian roulette. So I'm sure there probably is a whole rule of, you know, just lobbing these metal blades at each other's heads. But, you know, just do some digging, find it on the deep web. If you do, let us know.
There could be some, there could be a mixture of hardcore Uno with the roulette as well as like a bonus round, or they could be sat on a very thin ice and they keep playing. The ice breaks and the first one to fall in loses or something like that, you know?
Yeah, or maybe because they're made out of metal, what you could do is if you lose like a round, you just sort of get the card and sort of like slowly cut more and more into the ice. A bit like a hangman.
Yes, but it's more like sort of sink man rather than hangman. That's amazing. Wow, what have we created?
Oh, the next Christmas hit, I think, available in stores this holiday season.
It's time for Word of the Day.
Guten Tag, the word of the day ist Hamsterkauf.
That's right. You're listening to The Jab. All right.
Were you the clever bugger who bought 80 packs of toilet roll and got ahead of the game?
Here's the top 5 things to do with your hoard.
Number 1.
Using the toilet roll as paper mache to make your own face mask.
Number 2.
Perhaps keep the little ones entertained this weekend by making an owl out of all the stacks of pasta.
Number 3.
All those canned goods stacking up in your kitchen, well, stack them up and make spaghetti skittles.
Number 4.
Now the world's all gone to shit and it's all over anyway, perhaps just gorge yourself on Easter eggs.
Number 5.
Hand sanitizer. Did you buy them all so there's no one left for anyone else? You clever sod. Well, why not realise you have so much to spare and be creative and use it to clean all the knobs in the house? I'm guessing there's quite a few in your household.
Some great ideas there, I reckon.
Yeah. That's some. I would never have thought of that. I mean, if I was one of those people that had all that stuff, I mean, the one thing I'm jealous because I know for a fact I'd love to make a paper mache face mask because, no one would be able. It's like no one would be able to see who you are. They wouldn't know who you are, so you definitely wouldn't look scary. You'd probably, you could decorate it. You could spend hours. It'd keep you well occupied in that isolation.
No, that's true. I was thinking definitely along the lines of decorating. It reminds me of Art Attack. I'm sure many people probably grew up watching it. I did anyway. Do you remember that show, Neil Buchanan?
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
mate. Oh, yeah, the old,
what a bloke.
The old aerial view of what he was doing, and you had to guess. You never quite know what he was making.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, so just get those inner child papier-mâché skills back out and, keep yourself entertained, especially, like you say, self-isolation. Buzzword at the moment. You got to keep yourself sane.
Yeah, I think so. You can make a little. Like if you're all in there, if there's a few of you at home with all that spare toilet roll, you must have at least. I mean, you've got 60 rolls, let's say. Real loads of paper mache. You could make characters. You could do like Captain Jack Sparrow, or you could make. You could be Batman or Spider-Man or Iron Man. I mean, yeah, it's endless.
It is. Just like to say that you can be a woman as well if you like. Just we like to just cover all demographics. Don't have to make just men.
Well, you could be Catwoman.
That's just a disclaimer.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, I was going to go completely out of the realm and just go make a full-on Ninja Turtle shell.
Ah, mate, that's amazing. What a great idea.
I know. That's why, these ideas. This is what we're here for. Keep you and the kids entertained. Speaking of which, with the pasta, like you said, I mean, everyone remembers that back in primary school, making a little macaroni art. But it's meant to be a flower, but it kind of looks like a dead flower. But it's the thought that counts.
A dead flower, or a crab, or something, or
Yeah.
I just wanted to say the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shell idea.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, so there was me and my brother, my best mate growing up, and his brother. So there was Les, Dan, Matt, and Rob. So we had the same. So there was Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Donatello. We were like made for it. We had the same first letter of each of their names. How cool is that?
Oh wow! Well, that's what a thing to realize.
I know.
Mate,
I mean, it was destiny. Maybe we were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was the fourth guy.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, what color was that one?
Red.
Of course. the best color when you're like an 8-year-old kid as well. You know, it's like it's danger and go fast at the same time.
And on the road, it means danger. It means stop, and you know you can go faster too. So work that one out.
Yeah, don't know, mate. I mean, yeah, tell that to the makers of the Ford Gran Torino. Who knows?
Yeah,
and Ferrari. Actually, I don't know why I went off with Ford. You know, there are no favourites here.
No, no. So I just had to get in. That was a good memory I had of us pretending to be the turtles. I'm sure.
Wow. If only we could have all been so lucky. Now, we don't like to get too political here on The Jab, but we found something that really resonates with us. It is the Don't Be a Dick campaign.
This is the Don't Be a Dick campaign. If you find yourself complaining or doing the following things, then you are being a dick. Someone in front of you is having a good time at a gig and you've decided to sit through the whole thing and you ask them to sit down? Dick. Not vacating a seat on a bus or a train for someone who obviously needs it? Dick. Losing your shit in the port, start working on the information desk because the train, plane or bus is delayed? Dick. Saying things suck because I went to Spain, there's too many Spanish people there? Dick. Panic buying toilet roll? Dick. This is a Don't Be a Dick campaign.
Sponsored by kindness, the human emotion of compassion. No need to use swearing.
Some very strong sentiments there. Remember, if you see any of these acts happening around you, speak up and say,
Don't be a...
Good morning, listeners. You are listening to The Jab on the medium to wave band. Thank you for joining us. Without any further ado, it is time to get funky.
Well, I mean, most of us probably live in rental places. A lot of these new builds are pretty sparse, you know. Like, I mean, I'm currently in one with white walls, and I can just imagine myself just gluing them straight to the wall. You know, liven up the place, make it look a bit nicer.
Do you know
Just
what
a
you
thought.
could do? You know what you could do? You know, like, so like for mine, a kitchen, but there's no door there. I could put all the
Right.
spaghetti together, make one of those doors your nan had. Keep the, to keep the flies out.
Keep
You
the
know-
flies out, exactly.
I mean, they probably would attract quite a few flies because it's food. But you know, you could like the ones where you have to put your hands in and go through, and then it would carry on your.
Yeah, like the
Through
bead
the upper end.
curtains.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You can't sneak around the house like that, can you? I mean, with one of those things. I mean, the whole idea of getting up for a drink in the middle of the night, if you got housemates, is pretty much, you know, a minefield.
I know. I just don't understand how they would fool flies though, because there's massive gaps between the beads. You know, horizontally, so vertically. Sorry. So is it like some sort of weird force field? The beads are sort of like, oh no, I can't go through there because it's got beads in the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought the colours and everything would attract them more because, you know, it looks like flowers and stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the noise. Much like us, maybe they're just off-put by that shitty noise as they clank together, especially the plastic ones. I mean, they're the real cheap ones.
Or then when they get zapped by that light in the corner of the restaurant, and, and you're like, ah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah, well, they can be pretty aggressive, those
It's
things.
like, yeah, like that, you know, is it that, I can't remember what cartoon it was, but it was like, don't go towards the light, man. And he's going, I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Was that
It's just-
Bug's Life? I think it's Bug's Life.
Was it? Oh, right.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Something like that. One of those.
Maybe. Definitely a good idea with the curtain, though.
See, we're just a bottomless pit of amazing ideas to keep you occupied here. I mean, look at you know, making spaghetti Skittles. I mean, that's, you could keep score with pasta. And
yeah, keep a tally.
on the toilet rolls that you've got, you keep score with the pasta on that. So we've actually triple stacked that now, so that you can use all three of those ideas in one
Exactly.
game. And
True. And then
Who
the
doesn't?
Easter eggs, they can just come in for the whoever wins the game as the prize.
well, they could be the ball, mate.
Ah, of course. Of course.
I mean, do you know
Genius.
what I mean? I mean, you might only get one hit, but you know, as long as you make sure you stack it properly, then why couldn't you use the? They would be a bit an odd shape. They might all be completely round because they're eggs, but they
Just
still
adds
work.
to the danger of the game. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up all the good ideas we've had there. If you do have any more, you know, please let us know.
Yeah, share your experiences. You know, let us know. Send us pictures of your self-isolation, and let us know what you got up to, and you know, all the ideas we're giving you, including the Uno. Make sure you clean those. You've got plenty of time to kill. So
exactly,
so let us
kill
know.
that time, much like the virus.
Exactly. We want your stories. We want your experiences. We want to live it with you.
This is the jam. Don't be sad. This is the jam. The jam. This is a jam. This is a So, Rob, where's old Rant Robin? Hopefully, he hasn't come down with the coronavirus or anything, is he?
No, not as far as we know. We sent him out and about to the local marathon, and we've asked him to interview the runners, the spectators, and find out, just get really amongst the experience to see what it's like for these runners, and also a bit of information for me when I eventually do mine. So, should we see what happened? Shall we? Should we have a listen?
Let's.
Okay, over to you, Rant Robin. Can you hear us?
Where the hell is everyone?
Hello.
This is
Hello,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
here.
over to you.
Yeah. Well, I was meant to be here interviewing all the runners for a local marathon, but no one's turned up. There's no one. What a waste of time. I take it's been cancelled. Why didn't anyone bloody tell me? Just imagine doing all that training and being told you can't do it. Gutted. Although, if you hadn't have done enough training, and I bet there's a fair few people who are slightly relieved it's been called off. Well, I'll tell you what, with all this apocalyptic pandemonium going on, I'm genuinely scared. Not for my life, though, but for the reaction of some people. I bet most people are calmly trying to get on with it, but went to the local supermarché, and all I could buy was a tin of mackerel and one egg. Mackerel is so disgusting, it smells so bad that you'd need a virus just for people to want to go near you again. I've had to be creative in the bathroom. When it comes to staying clean, I used a bottle of water in my hand. Cleaning that window is really hard, well, especially with just water. Those poor old people who can't even buy a slice of bread because all those greedy bastards have nabbed it all. Just take one or maybe even two, but it's no time to think about just you, is it? Don't leave those who genuinely need it to go without. Do you really need those 15 packs of Tagliatelle? You're not Gordon Ramsay. I bet you don't even use it. But put down the pasta and start thinking of your neighbours, because everyone needs good neighbours. Right, I'm off. I can't even go to the bloody pub. Good job I brought that bottle of vodka. I said I was going to use it as hand sanitizer, but I'll sanitise my insides instead. Laters.
The Jab, tugging at your sleeve like the annoying little kid you wish you never had. Welcome with your hosts, Mark and Rob. The Jab. And that brings us to the end of the show, actually. You know, always sad to get there, but I just want to make sure that everyone stays safe. Look after yourselves, look after the neighbour, the elderly one on the street. Make sure that they're getting what they need.
Yeah, stay clean, guys. Wash those hands, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Or maybe the world will be an apocalyptic mess. Who knows? But should probably get them washing now, actually, eh, Rob?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, ready? So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Yay. Goodbye.
It's the final thought. Just think about it.
I know things seem bad right now for the world. It might even get worse before it gets better. But I want you to know we'll beat this. If Ant and Dec can go from Biker Grove to CD UK and then Saturday Night Takeaway and surviving a phone scandal, then we can do this. I'd like to leave you with some words of comfort from a poem written by a local hero, Rita McFree.
The wind howls like a wolf on a mountain, and the water still flows like the Alan Shearer fountain. There are those in need and those to feed, so don't forget, pet. Do us all a favour, check yours and your kids' behaviour. To be able to ride the shoddy weather, we need to pull together. To make it a better future, we need everyone to be super duper computer.
It's the final thought. Just think about it.